millennial that just got scammed on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really mad about it.
This was a car that I was selling on Facebook Marketplace a while ago. The people were coming out to look at it. But I don't think they had intentions of buying it.
Unfortunately, guys,
When I see people my age fall victim to scams, I get so embarrassed because I feel like we're too young to be doing that.
Guys, I'm literally devastated. I bought a piano on Facebook Marketplace, and it was so cute. It was a Yamaha P45. I got it for a really good price, and it was gonna go here next to my records. Anyway, what happened was I paid for it this morning, and I was gonna go pick it up after work at 5:30. I did go pick it up. I went to the house. They sent me the address. I go to the address. There's cars in the driveway. The house looks like really nice and clean. And then I knock on the door and no one answers. I was like, wow, that's weird. Like, she knew I was coming at 5:30. And then I knock again. No one answers. I'm like peeking through the window like, what the hell, where are these people? I go to message her. Where are you? Send. And I was like, this is strange. What is happening? I knock again. Anyway, like 20 minutes pass. I'm still knocking. No one's answered. I go to message her again, and I'm blocked. Girl. She took my money. I paid good money for that piano, and she took it all. Didn't open her door. And now I have no piano. And I'm broke. So
When I see people my age fall victim to scams, I get so embarrassed because I feel like we're too young to be doing that. I saw somebody on here, they were selling a TV stand. The people sent them $75. They said to get the $75, they needed to send back $500. You know what they did? They sent back $500. Be so for real, y'all. When have we ever had to pay money to be able to sell an item on Facebook Marketplace?
as you guys know, I'm doing a coyote swap on my 3-valve Mustang GT. Unfortunately, guys, I got scammed. I've known this for about a week, but I've just been holding off on a video because I didn't want to make a video and make it seem like it's a sob story. It's just one of those things when you deal with Facebook Marketplace, you meet a bunch of grimy people, and this guy was definitely grimy that gave me this motor. So last week, me and my friend really started breaking down this 5.0 Coyote that I got in Kentucky. Well, the cams looked great, everything up top looked great, and then we took the oil pan off. Spark plugs were checking out, everything looked good. Mind you, this guy had me pull my entire motor out just to scam me for a $1,000 3-valve motor. So it is what it is, but this is what was in the oil pan. Obviously it wasn't an F-150. He probably had it in some Fox body, had some nitrous on it or something, blew up the motor, and then posted on Facebook. This really just shows don't trust people on Facebook Marketplace and always do your research. I'm gonna have another motor in 2 weeks.
I'm a millennial that just got scammed on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really mad about it, but I don't know how else to handle anything other than posting about it on the internet. Got myself a little treat, and I'm going to tell you about it. And I'm not in the mood to be cyberbullied right now. I already know I made a mistake, and I'm going to share it with you, but I'm just a girl. Don't make me feel worse than I already do. A couch has been the bane of my existence for like 18 months, okay? We recently moved. We bought a cheap couch. Our dogs put a hole in the couch. A cheap couch doesn't matter. It was temporary anyway. On Marketplace, the couch that I've been wanting for a long time, I don't know how to pronounce it, IKEA Jatebo or Jatibo or whatever people are calling it, that couch came up on Marketplace. Before you say anything, hindsight is 2020, okay? It was a super good deal. We have to jump on it. We need this couch. It's perfect. Ironically, this person was moving right about when we might be moving again. There was a potential that they would hang on to it until they were moving and we were moving. We decided that it would be fine to pick it up sooner. The conversation started normal. She was like, when do you want to pick up? Here's the address. It was fine. We had discussed maybe delivery or pickup. We weren't sure. We settled on delivery on the weekend. She was going to deliver it for a fee, which was fine. There was a lot of interest, and she's like, would you be comfortable sending a deposit? I know what you're thinking. Why would you do that? Go see it in person, pay the deposit in cash. Hindsight is 2020. Okay, I should have done that. I usually do, but I was wearing rose-colored glasses. I wanted this couch so bad, and I was like, whatever, I'll just send a deposit, because I would do the same if I was a seller, right? And I've been speaking with this girl for like 5 days, so it's not like it was all done today. We just decided today that that would be the plan, and so yes, I'll send a deposit. I was busy, so I just asked my mom if she could send it really quick, and I would just send her money. Now listen, the first email didn't work. Should that have been a red flag? Yes. Then I asked for her phone number and she gave me a different email. We sent that money off. It's on auto deposit. It should be fine. In the meantime, just so that you know that I'm not a total idiot, I reverse Google image searched the photos that she had posted and the profile photo that she had to just check in case, right? And nothing came back. And then when she sent me this email, I also searched it up too, just to see if there was anything that would come back, like anywhere about it being a scam. But nothing came back. It was like, this is a real email. It's a normal person. And I trusted it because I grew up on the internet, and you would think I would know when the internet lies to me. As soon as I texted the number that she gave me, almost immediately this person responded. Definitely not a girl, just a real person who was like, hey, not the person you think you're talking to, sent me a selfie. Hilarious. Looks like my dad if he was 30 years younger and 30 pounds heavier. So then I messaged her and was like, hey, your phone number is wrong. And she said, sorry, it was a typo. So I said, can you just send me your real phone number? And then she just didn't and was like, yeah, no problem. Did you send the deposit? And then I was like, shit, I'm getting scammed. I'm gaslighting myself into believing that maybe it's just like a funny story. Maybe she's just like bad at English. At the end, she was like, can you just confirm you sent the deposit? I said, I would just like you to confirm your phone number as well on my end. And then she stopped responding. She did tell me she'd be home after 4 today, because I was like, you know what? I'd rather just pay the rest in cash. Come pick it up myself. We'll do it tonight. About 3:30, 4 o'clock, I was like, hey, just confirming it's still good to come tonight. And of course, she's not reading my messages. I'm surprised I wasn't blocked at this point. My messages are being left unread. And I waited like another 25 minutes and was like, just confirming, like, if not, I'm gonna need you to refund the deposit. At this point, I know I'm getting scammed, okay? But I have to try my best. Almost 5 o'clock comes by. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the house. I'm gonna go to the address she sent me, because how much worse could it get? Not my brightest move. Even my boyfriend was like, I don't think you should be going to houses by yourself. But I was like, I'm literally a real estate agent. That's kind of half of my job anyways. I took precautions, don't worry. However, I had to really confirm that I was getting scammed, you know? What better way to confirm than by knocking on some random person's house and telling them that someone is trying to sell a couch that doesn't exist and they're giving out their random address. Long story short, no one answered. So I didn't have to embarrass myself to another person. Now I'm just doing it on the internet instead. After the fact, I did look back at some things that, in hindsight, were red flags. First of all, she joined Facebook in December. Super red flag. It's literally middle of January. Missed that completely. The address she sent me was a detached house, and the photos of the couch upon further inspection definitely are from inside an apartment. Now listen, I have sold things with old photos just because I had them on hand. Probably with everything else, red flag. I just didn't see that one. So anyway, I'm not sure if I'm gonna cry or throw up about this, because I thought I was smart. I feel as though I've been scammed the way I would assume my mother would be scammed. My coworker was really kind, trying to make me feel better, saying it happens to the best of us. Said, really? When's the last time you got scammed on Facebook Marketplace? Probably never, because you're not an idiot. And today, the idiot won, okay? IKEA, if you're listening, your Jadabo Tebow couch, I got rose-colored glasses for it, and I got scammed, okay? And like I said, it's not a lot of money, but right now it feels like $1 million, because there is a hole in my couch, and I just wanted the one with the removable covers so that if my dogs decide to try and mess with it, I can replace them. Good luck out there, friends. Don't get scammed like I did.
I have just been on the receiving end of the most pointless Facebook Marketplace scam of all time. Messaged this bloke yesterday, are these shoes still available? He says, yep, they're still available. I said, no problem, mate. Do you take PayPal? Can you send them to me? He says, no, mate, I don't know how to do PayPal. I can do bank transfer, or you can come pick him up and pay cash. So I'm like, I'm not going to do bank transfer because he could be scamming me. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just pay cash and I'll go and get him. So I asked for his address. He gives me his address. He lives in Greenbank. Greenbank's about 45 minutes from my house. So it's kind of like on the borderline of almost being too far away to be worth it, you know? So I'm like, fuck it. It's a good deal. I'll go and pick him up. So I say, mate, I'll be over there tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. He says, no problem at all. I get up this morning, head over to his house, pull up, knock on the door. Bloke answers the door. I said, hey, mate, I'm here to pick up them shoes. This bloke has no idea who the fuck I am. I said, mate, I'm the bloke off Facebook Marketplace. I'm here to pick up the Birks. He doesn't know what Birks are. He doesn't know what Facebook Marketplace is, this bloke. It's just some random bloke. So I was like, sorry to bother you, mate. I go back to my car, message this guy, hey, man, I'm outside your house, and some other random bloke answered, what's the go? He doesn't reply. I check back about 2 minutes later. He's blocked me. So he was obviously hoping I would send him the money via bank transfer, and then he was going to steal the money. So instead, when I said, hey man, I'll come pick him up face to face, instead of just blocking me then, he goes, yeah, no worries, drive out, and sends me to some fucking random address and just wastes half the day for me. He gains absolutely nothing from this. All he gets is the happiness of knowing he's wasted my time. And now I'm out in Greenbank, middle of fucking nowhere, and now I just got to drive home. Like, if you're scamming people on Marketplace, there's got to be some level of integrity that I feel like you need to be following. Don't be just wasting people's time. I would have rather have just got scammed for $100. Now I got to fucking drive. I've wasted half a day doing absolutely nothing. Fuck that guy.
I'm going to bed, but I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. So for all the people who are asking who this person is, I literally just met them on Facebook Marketplace. Here's a screenshot of the person's profile. I've gone back and the profile no longer exists. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, hi, my name's Tosh. Literally, I had a 17 Pro Max. I put it on Facebook Marketplace and this girl bought it and gave me fake cash. I wanted to also show you this. So this is the money. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to show you, literally, this is how we know it's fake. Okay, let me show you. I keep forgetting. Okay, let me use one. This money is fake. Okay? I counted the money. I took the money from her and counted it in front of her face. Look, fake. That's how they'll scam you. So this is what you need to look out for. You need to look up, hold it to the light, look at it, see if it's fake. Child could have fooled me. Did not take time to actually double check. So that, I just wanted to inform you that if you are doing any deals on Facebook Marketplace, there are safety measures. Take an e-transfer, don't take cash. Do it at a location such as, first of all, for safety purposes, where a lot of people are, but honestly, go to a police station or somewhere where you can verify the cash if you do need to take cash. So another reason why this was so frustrating for me was because I literally mentioned that I bought the iPhone 17 Pro Max as a sign and just commitment, like something that I wanted to invest in to do my content creation journey. I'm now using my iPhone 14 Plus. And honestly, I just felt like so frustrated because all this week, bare things were going wrong. And that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. It was like multiple things that literally were going wrong. And then that happened. And my husband, literally, I posted actually a reel of me sharing about my natural hair, like me becoming a straight natural. And literally between the time that I posted that, I got a call from my husband about the bill. And I just started bawling. And then I was like, I need to share this because, first of all, frustrated. Hopefully she sees it. Hopefully she realizes what she's done. We need to be so kind and just be kinder to each other and really just think about the things that we're doing. So if you're, doing crime, just stop, maybe. And then also, I just felt like I needed to be raw, real, and vulnerable. All of that to say, I'm still going to create content. I'm still going to show up. And I know that vulnerability really impacts and I want people to know like the real, raw, authentic Tosh. And I also want you guys to be able to see me grow and come on this journey with me. My heartbeat and my content is really about relationships, marriage, dating. I love to help and encourage women about the realities and the truth of what it means to actually date. And especially Christians, because I'm a Christian, right? So that's a perspective that I come from. But I think the key principles and aspects of what I talk about relate to anyone to really help you navigate relationships, like the relationship that you're worthy of being in, and also just being prepared for marriage, because marriage comes with a whole lot, especially when you're a Christian. So if you've never ever seen me before, that's just, honestly, I don't care. I'm putting the plug in there. And more than anything else, this situation has actually inspired me. Like I'm a believer, and I just believe that the enemy wanted to literally just discourage me from showing up and wanted to literally attack the one area that I know my deliverance coming from. So I'm being so real, raw, and honest with you. I've been working a 9 to 5, started out as an entrepreneur, and this is not even what I wanted to share, but I'm going to say it anyways. Started off as an entrepreneur, had to go back to a 9 to 5 just to be responsible and do all the things. And honestly, I've been seeking the Lord this whole entire, I would say even the last year. And I really, really don't want to work my 9 to 5 anymore. I want to be a full-time content creator and go back into my other business as a real estate agent and just some other things that I have passion and hope for full-time. And I've been kind of silent and slinking around that whole entire concept and the idea that I really just want to do this, what I do love talking about, which is about dating, relationships, marriage, do full-time speaking, be a content creator full-time as well. I've been kind of just slinking around the idea, not really saying it out loud and not really even sharing that with you guys. And now this situation has literally prompted me to be bold about taking you on the journey with me. This is what it looks like and this is what it is. And honestly, me getting my iPhone stolen and going through this situation is not gonna stop me. So I'm using my iPhone 14 Plus, and some videos are gonna be aesthetics on some days, and some days it's just gonna be real and raw, and it's gonna be me and you talking, and I'm gonna just show up. I'm honestly gonna show up. And you know what the funny thing is? Again, me and my husband have literally been going through it, and I don't usually share these types of things. But yeah, even the enemy has been attacking our finances. And it's just been wild, you guys. Honestly, it literally has just been wild. But my goal and my prayer and my hope authentically is to show up even in this, and to show you also that you don't need the latest technology. You don't need the fancy things, that you can operate in your purpose, in alignment, give value, serve, do all the things that you want to do, achieve all your dreams with literally what you have in your hand. And I think that that is something that God is also allowing me to actualize, is that, you know what? I don't need all the big technology. I don't need all the big things. Great if I have it. And you know what? So what if I don't? Because at the end of the day, your content is you. Like, you're the secret sauce to your content. People want what you have to offer, what you can serve them with, being the solution to their problems, showing up, inspiring, encouraging, and whatever that looks like. And now I feel like the Lord has given me an opportunity to really see, like, okay, Tosh, are you going to show up? Or were you just relying on a 17 Pro Max this whole time? So take from it that, you know, what you will, but that's literally just my update. I thank all of you guys. You guys have been so kind. So many people have said, Tosh, like, I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and just like, you know, she's gonna get whatever she has coming to her. And honestly, I don't even wish her any ill will. I just hope that she learns from this, and whatever way the Lord decides to exact vengeance, and whatever way, you know, she reaps what she sowed, then I pray that, you know, she learns a very valuable lesson. First of all, not to play with people, that, you know, you should extend kindness. Crime is not, you know, ever a good thing to be in. And I pray that it really is a lesson. And at the same time, I do pray for mercy for her, because if you ever mess with God's children, or if you've ever done anything, even outside of that, just crime, listen, I work in the legal system. I understand, like, what she's done. I don't even know if she knows. You could go to jail. So those are all of my thoughts. I just want to say thank you so much, and just pray for her. Pray for her, and all of you guys who are praying for me. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's basically what it is. But I'm excited to go on this journey, and I'm praying that you would, like, you know, just come along. I'm gonna show up with literally my iPhone 14 Plus, and I'm gonna just keep doing what I've been doing since September, what I committed to doing. And even in this setback, I just know that God is gonna get the glory, and that things are gonna change for me. Who knows? Within this year, I could be leaving my 9 to 5 to be in content full time. So yeah, I love you guys.
Here's an interaction that happened to me on Facebook Marketplace, which really rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm a nurse injector, and when I first started my business, I had this bed. I decided to sell it because I've moved businesses, I've moved spaces, I don't need a bed anymore. It's a good bed, goes up and down, black framing, I repainted it. There's a bit of stains on it, but I only priced it at $30 because the goal of it was to help another business owner start their business, because everything's expensive. And I got it for a great deal, so I wanted to pass that on. The back goes up and down, the bottom part goes up and down. It's really a great starter bed. So the first girl who messaged me wanted to come yesterday, and I said, okay, what time? She says between 3 and 5. I asked her to give me a little bit more of a specific time, because I'm selling it out of my parents' house, not my house, so I have to go there to sell it, because that's where it is. So she texts me and says, can tomorrow work? Yeah, sure. I said, does 12 work? She says yes. I text her at 11:34 today, just confirming you're coming today at 12. So I got to my parents' house at 11:30. I was just hanging out, and I figured she probably won't come. She texts me at 11:57, hi, we're gonna come at 12:45. Like, not even asking, just saying we're coming at 12:45. I just wanted the bed gone. I was like, okay, whatever. I had only had this listed for about a day. Obviously, I got tons of messages about it. I just went with the first lady because it just felt right. And $30, you know, it's really not that much for a bed. You can't get any bed for under $100 in my area. And I told her, you will need a large SUV or a truck to pick this up because it's large. And I told my parents beforehand, I bet she's gonna pull up in a small SUV and it's not gonna fit. So she pulls up at 12:45 in a small SUV, and I'm like, it's probably not gonna fit. I thought, okay, at least they can put both the seats down. Nope, a kid gets out of the car, so all the seats can't go down. So anyways, she comes, and I said, ooh, like, I don't know if it's gonna fit. She says, yeah, I don't think it's gonna fit. I said, okay, do you want to come back on Monday or another day? Maybe with a different vehicle, I can leave it in the driveway for you. She's like, no, this is all I have. I'm like, okay. She's looking at my dad's truck in the driveway, my mom's large SUV, literally looking at me like this. Like, I feel like she wanted me to say, oh, I can drop it off for you. Which she didn't ask, but I think she was thinking that. Looking at me like this, like, girl, it's not my problem. So I said, okay, what do you want to do then? I was like, do you want to try and put it in the car? She says, yes, we'll try and put it in the car. Okay, great. So I'm helping them put it in the car. It's not heavy, it's just awkward. Took about 20 minutes to find a way to shimmy it in the car, but it ended up fitting. So all the seats were down, we put it in the car, and then they pulled up the kid's seat, and literally half the metal framing was like bending around the seat, but it fit, whatever. So after I'd helped them for about 20 minutes to put it in the car, the trunk closes, and I go, okay. She goes, okay, $30. I said, yes, $30, please. She looks at me and says, 25 okay? No, 25 is not okay. I just said, no, $30 please, and her husband says, give her $30. Like, it pissed me off so much. She's trying to haggle me after I've helped them get it in the car, told them what to expect, and you're getting a spa esthetician bed for $30. The whole point of this was to try and help out another business owner, and I guess she does waxing somewhere in the GTA. But I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now. That is just, I don't know, to me it's just super rude and super disrespectful if it's already in the car, try and haggle $5 off when you're already getting an insane deal. And I honestly wish that I just said, no, give me the bed back, and just took it out of the car and sold it to someone else for the full price, and someone who wasn't going to haggle me, who would show up with the right vehicle for it, be on time, and just be a nice person. But I didn't. I just wanted the thing gone, so I was pissed off. I was like, whatever. I gave her like a 1-star Facebook Marketplace review, like that's gonna do anything. And I don't know, I just would never do that to someone. It was just so rude. I was trying to help out someone starting a business, and like trying to haggle after it's already in your car, like really? Anyways, I was pissed about it this morning, and I'm still kind of pissed about it, but I would never do that to someone, and I hope you wouldn't do that to someone either.
Okay, I want to come on here because I'm pissed. Oh, it just keeps happening and it's so annoying. So I'm trying to sell a lot of my clothes on Facebook Marketplace, right? But I keep getting messages from people, and the names are girls, right? And they are interested in buying some shoes, right? This is the second time it's happened, literally right now. First person, they were interested in buying the shoes. They said they've been scammed before, so they would love if you could send photos of the shoes on. I didn't think much of it because it was like a woman's name, like, you know, I'm like, okay. So I sent photos, and then they were interested in another pair. They're like, oh my god, I'm interested in this pair as well. So then I sent, and then I got to the third pair, and I was getting like weird intuition vibes. I was thinking, okay, are they getting the shoes, or like, do they just want the photos? Because it's getting a bit weird now. I was like, are you even a woman? And they were like, yes, I'm so sorry, I don't know why you wouldn't think that. I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable and stuff. Like, amazing, I'm just gonna finish work and then I'll come to your area and pick them up. And I was thinking, oh shit, like, maybe this is an actual legit woman. So then I was like, amazing, blah, 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 let me know. Literally, after they said that last message, they fucking deactivate their Facebook account. So they literally just stole photos of my feet. Is this illegal? Because I searched up and it said it is. So that happened, right? Right now, this person just messaged, like another person messaged saying, hey, interested in these shoes, blah, blah, blah. I was like, amazing, I can do pickup or postage. And they were like, perfect, like, do you prefer a pay ID or cash? Also, do you think I could ask, I've been scammed before, do you think you could send a photo of the shoes on? And then I said, hey, I prefer pay ID, but no, I can't send photos because they don't fit me, right? I thought that was quite a good excuse. And then they were like, oh, I guess next best thing, could you take a photo of your foot next to the shoe? Like, what is even the purpose of that? They literally just show their fucking true colours, right? I was like, no, I will not be doing that. And then as soon as I said no, they just deleted their account or blocked me or something. I'm so over trying to sell and trying to hustle and get rid of my clothes, and these creepy people are messaging like, oh my God. Tell me I'm not the only one, because I'm actually getting pissed off and I just want to delete it all. But I do sell clothes on Facebook Marketplace, and like, oh my God, it's just annoying me so much.
You may or may not know, but before I launched into real estate full-time, I was in healthcare. Today, I received a phone call from a nurse from SC House Calls. Well, she got to talking and I was like, oh, she doesn't know. But no. Actually, one of my listings, a scam artist, has it posted somewhere online for rent. And her patient was trying to basically do her due diligence, which I'm glad she did. So this is my public service announcement. For those of you who are looking for rental properties, please be careful, because these scam artists, they wake up every day and this is their full-time job. She even tried to ask the said owner, well, I looked online and it says it's for sale. The said owner said, oh, well, I told the realtor I'm going to try to list it for rent and then you list it for sale. They're prepared, okay? That is not true. If you are online looking for rental properties, please, please be careful, because what they will do is they have a very attractive rental rate, which is too good to be true, and it more than likely is. All they want is your deposit. They have a deposit amount and they want that up front. As soon as you pay them that deposit, poof, they are gone. You will no longer be able to see them, talk to them, anything. The whole profile is then gone because they got what they wanted. So please be careful. My advice, if you're looking for rental properties, is to contact directly the property management company of the areas of interest. Like, look and see what property management company has the most presence in the areas that you're interested in, and contact them directly. If you're looking for private landlords, just be careful. And sometimes the property management companies can definitely connect you. So just be careful. That's my public service announcement. Happy Friday. I hope y'all have a good weekend.
So you guys, I literally just tried to sell my freaking vanity for $50, and they were gonna come buy it or whatever, and you know, I gave them like the, not necessarily the address, but where I was nearly located. I just told them to tell me, you know, when they're nearby, and then I would send them the address. And they're like, oh, okay, I just sold you. And this thing came up and I'm like, I don't have a business account, so it's not a business. And I was like, I already called the number, and I was like, I called my bank because that's not the number. And I was like, when I call my bank, it literally tells me that it's them and that the call is being recorded. And when I call this other number, it's literally because they answer and they're like, oh, it's customer service. And they're like, can you say your first and last name? And they're like, oh, it's because your account is below 500 and that's why we couldn't add the funds. So you need to add more money. And I'm like, what? That's not even accurate. Like, what? So I don't know. Scam is on the rise, but it is just so stupid. Like, these fucking people are so fucking dumb. And I'm stupid, like, enough to fucking fall for this shit.
This is a 2018 Cadillac Escalade. Selling for just under $30,000. Had good miles. This was a car that I was selling on Facebook Marketplace a while ago. The people were coming out to look at it. But I don't think they had intentions of buying it. Let me explain this one. When I made the appointment for them, they said they'd be out about 4 o'clock that day. This was from a couple months ago. So, okay, 4 o'clock came, 4 o'clock left. 5 o'clock came, 5 o'clock left. At 6 o'clock, they showed up. It was 3 guys. They were okay. They wanted to go for a ride. They were adamant about taking it by themselves. If I let them do that, I don't have a job. So I asked them for their license. I had to copy it. They didn't want to give me their license. They said, we haven't made a deal yet. We don't want to be bothered by the car dealer. You're not driving it without a driver's license. So I open up the vehicle. They're taking a look at it. He says, can I have the keys to start it up? At this point, I'm a little leery. I go, here, no problem. I hop in the car. I start it up. I pop the hood. They close the hood. The one gentleman. He comes back and says, are we going to drive this or what? I said, yeah, I need your license. Again, nobody's given their license. I say, with no license, we're not driving the car, and I got to go with. That's it. End of story. So finally, one guy gives me his license. I take the keys, I go inside, I copy his license. I say, which one of you guys are going with? He goes, we're all going. Only one of you are going. They're getting pissed off. They go, we're all going. Only one of you are going. They asked why. I said because that's the rule. Because I wasn't feeling too good about this. Take a wild guess what happened. All right. They decided to leave. Not a problem. Sometimes you sell a car. Sometimes you try not to lose a car. Now, I'm not insinuating they were going to steal this vehicle. I'm just insinuating this was a very shady little aura. So I think I did the right thing. If they really wanted to buy the car, take my word for it. It wouldn't have been a big deal. But for some reason, they wanted to drive alone, didn't want to give their license, wanted to go all three in a vehicle. Not going to happen. You looking for a vehicle with good credit, bad credit, no credit? Not a problem whatsoever. Do the right thing, and you can buy from Mike.
Okay, every time I go on Facebook Marketplace, I see this and I feel the need to inform the people. Anywho, when you are looking at these people's profiles, you need to look at the date that they created their account. If it's like anywhere in this year, like 2025, like they're scammers. The other huge red flag that I see going on a lot with these people, they have gotten a little bit smarter. But like for Christmas, and this is so fucked up, but for Christmas, they're all saying, oh, we want to bless a family with a free washer and dryer. We want to bless a family with a free sectional. We want to bless a family with blah, 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 blah. They are willing to bring it to you, but you have to send them like $25 to $50 for gas money to bring it to you. This is a scam. They want you to send that money and then they are never going to talk to you again because they're going to get multiple people throughout the day that are just willing to send this money to them because they think they're getting a brand new fucking couch, washer, dryer. They're not. They're getting scammed. You'll never hear from them again. And you will also know because in the description, they're like very thorough. They're like posting this like they're selling this and they're going to get like $3,000 for this couch. And then at the bottom, it just says can deliver for some gas money or some shit. And it's like, no, don't fall for it. It's literally all over Facebook Marketplace. And I report as many as I can, but half the time Facebook messages and says, we don't see anything wrong with this. And it's like, they're scamming people. I think what really triggered me is like the whole Christmas one. It's like you're making these families, people get really excited thinking they're getting like a brand new washer and dryer or like, you know, the shit for free. All they have to do is pay you the gas money to deliver it. So when you are buying something on Facebook Marketplace, first thing you gotta do is look at when they made their profile. Secondly, look at the description. Other people who are selling their stuff, who are real, are gonna be real short to the point with what they are selling. They're not gonna have some long, lengthy ass description like they're trying to like actually sell it. I hope this helps some people.